She's 15 years old, a young girl from an orphanage that we visited there one afternoon. And as we were all trying to remember her name, she said it once. We think we got it. It starts with an M, but we couldn't pronounce it or really remember a lot of how it sounded. So for now, she's just the young girl that I met there. But she's 15 years old, like I said, and her story is hard to hear and hard to share, but it's also touched all of our hearts while we were there. So during the time prior and during the earthquake in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, which we were actually in Pion, but Port-au-Prince is where she was from originally, she was a nanny for a family there during the week. So she lived with the family and then babysat for the kids during the week. And when the earthquake hit, the family was able to escape her house or the house she was in as the fire was starting. But once they had left the house, they realized that a baby was left inside. And so her, being the nanny and really brave, decided she would go back in and try to save the baby. So as she did, she managed to save the baby, but she was coming out. Part of the house or something from the house was falling off because of the fire, and it ended up hitting her leg. And so it ended up that she needed to have her leg half of her leg cut off. So half of her right leg is cut off. And you can't see it in this picture. I don't know if we actually got one. But she has half of a leg. And as that happened, to add on to the pain that her body was experiencing, her family that she worked for and her own family basically abandoned her. So she was left with no work and no family to live with, and really no family of her own. But when you would meet her, you would never guess that she went through so much heartache and pain, because she's full of so much joy and just laughter as we got to know her. The day we visited the orphanage, we went on a Sunday afternoon, and we brought along with us nail polish, bracelets, cars, and different games we could play to interact with the kids. I think there were about 40 kids at the orphanage total. I remember her playing games with us right away and really enjoying it. And then eventually she sat down with me and a few of the girls, and we started to do typical girl stuff and paint her nails. And she really liked that, being able to paint her own nails and paint mine and those around her. So she was really having fun doing that. And as you can see by the picture, we brought ribbon along with us too. So instead of using the ribbon as like a bracelet or a necklace, she insisted on it being like a headband with a bow. And a lot of the girls followed after her as well to do that. But so that was another thing she liked to do. She also she laughed so much, and we took a lot of pictures together where she would insist on taking like a funny face picture, she would say, and we would look at them. I think we took like 10 total, and she would laugh so hard for like 10, 15 minutes as we just looked back at them. But she was so happy and just full of love that afternoon, and we didn't get to talk that much because of the communication barrier, language barrier, but instead we just laughed at pictures and painted nails and played games, just things that we both really like to enjoy. I know that her love and joy challenged me and the rest of our group, really, as we were looking back at just spending time with people and spending time with the children there. It reminded us of how much God really wants us to be in fellowship with one another, and how time is so precious to Him, and how it should be to us as well. So she reminded me of that, just as a few hours spent with her impacted her life and mine as well. It caused all of us, I think, to take a step back and really evaluate how we spend our time and who we encounter each day, and how we can make an impact in their life as well. So thank you for the prayer for the trip and support, and they will always need prayer, so you can keep Haiti and the orphanage in your prayer as well.
Thanks so much, Jessica. And as you're talking too, I realized I didn't say what groups our church goes with, but your T-shirts say